All right. It looks like we've been live for like 15 full seconds, 20 full seconds. We are live. It is hashtag Friday Pie Day. Sorry that I was just sitting here staring at you for however long. Dude, my internet is just, I don't know what's going on with this Florida internet. They don't have, what's it called? The fiber optic cable for whatever reason. Sometimes my internet cooperates. Sometimes it doesn't. I am going to upgrade. I actually already have it. I have some new RAM cards for my PC. That way I can upgrade my CPU to make sure that, or to make 100% sure that I'm not using up too much of my memory whenever I'm running like OBS and things of that sort, so that I can give you high quality streams and be able to like screen share and do all the cool things that I want to do. So with that being said, if you're here from the future, hello from the past. We appreciate you for showing up. Make sure I'm doing all of my analysis over there on the Drew_Wolfer channel. You're at some points. I'm showing you all my trades, things of that sort. So if you want that content, again, we know that we're migrating over there. I'm still doing like teaser clips on this channel right here, but eventually I will stop doing that. So if you want the Drew Wolfer content, go over there to the Drew_Wolfer channel. We're adding value. We're not talking as much about like crypto projects or anything. Actually, we're not talking about them at all. We're talking about what's the market doing, where's Bitcoin going, where are the altcoins going, where is gold and silver going, because as everybody knows, I'm doing a gold course inside of Verified Investing that'll probably come out sometime in December, and I'll let you know on that too. But I do have a gold trade open right now that I'm absolutely murdering it on. I have a silver trade that I'm doing pretty well on right now. I can show it to you whenever we get into all this trading stuff and everything like that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this video. But obviously, make sure you're subscribed to the new Drew Wolfer channel. I would be very appreciative of that. So let's get some stuff. Where is my thing at? Display. Yep, right here. Boom. Man, because stuff is OBS is not being very cooperative right now. There we go. All right. What's the first thing that we got on the docket, baby? We got, okay, 7 market. I'm actually super bullish on that because I trade on Schwab, and for whatever reason, I'm sure that all this stuff is going to cut out now. But that's where I trade, is on Thinkorswim, because I used to trade on Schwab. As you can see here, that's where I trade at. So what's the TLDR on this? Basically, they're going to be offering spot crypto sometime soon, hopefully. And, you know, that just shows us where I think this market is kind of going over here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even going to pull that up. Whatever. It's looking good for the markets is my point. We're seeing things starting to heat up. Another thing, we're seeing all of these different asset managers that want to be in Bitcoin, right? Everybody wants to be in these ETFs. We're seeing all this volume. We're seeing MicroStrategy wanting to buy $2.6 billion more worth of Bitcoin. We're going to show you what happened with Bitcoin. If you've been following my analysis, you knew exactly what to do. You knew that there was either we were going to go down to like 85, maybe even 80 line in the sand, right? And I'll show you that line in the sand if you haven't watched my analysis. But if we breached that line in the sand, you knew we were going to about 100K, and we did. And I literally have been covering this for like this exact level for like a week or something like that. So what I did was I actually entered the short position at that level. And then I actually took a small profit, re-entered the short position, and then it went and blasted off and got above that signal. So I stopped out for a small loss, and then I flipped long, baby. So, I mean, it was a good day at the office. And you got all these Nancys in keyboard warriors in the comment section like, you were wrong. And I'm like, you didn't even watch the whole video, because at the end of the video, I literally said, this is the line in the sand. This is where you would flip to go long. Whatever, man. You can't if you put up a title that says something about Bitcoin going down, it does get the desired effect where people watch it, but no one actually sticks to the end where you tell them like, hey, there's a line in the sand, Bitcoin could actually go up here as well. There's going to be a massive move one way or the other. But here's the other thing that I thought was pretty at the SEC. We also have Gary Gensler stepping down. We have Gary Gensler. Guess what day he's stepping down? January 20th. Guess what day Trump gets in office? January 20th. Larry, the co-founder over at Prescient, I was talking to him about it, and he thinks, Larry's got his own opinions on things. I like to hear Larry's perspectives because he's more in tune with the tinfoil hat guys out there. And it's some of the stuff that people say makes sense. So Gary Gensler was actually appointed by Trump, right, at the end of his term. And it was almost like he was like a plant. And he said, hey, keep the lid on crypto in case I lose the election, right? Until I get elected again. And then bam, we're going to turn the floodgates on. So now he's resigning, and we've got crypto friendly people, not only in the White House, but also in the Congress and Senate and the House, right? It's looking real good. States are starting to come around. You're seeing Texas just announced, I believe it was a couple of days ago, that they wanted to have a Bitcoin reserve as well. There's other countries that want to have Bitcoin reserves. There's obviously the United States that want to have a Bitcoin reserve. Like, we're looking good. We're looking good for a prime move up, right? And I think that's why we're seeing some of this bullish sentiment that we saw here on the chart, right? So I want to get directly into the charts. Let me just make sure that the stream is actually like still up and running. I want to just make sure. You're probably going to see some Inception stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. So just want to kind of go over where we're at in the market right now, because if you're watching my videos, you knew that this was like 2017 and definitely during the 2021 bull run, right? That's where the tops were. So we had to claim this and actually get through it. And I was literally calling this out. I actually was calling this out over here. And then I called it out here and I said, hey, this could be a fake out, right? And I tried to get that video out as fast as possible. And it indeed was a fake out. And this is where you could take a little bit of profit. This is where I actually took profits. And then I re-entered the short here to see, okay, can I hit this again, right? Or if it does fall, am I going to hit this all the way down to here, right? To like the 85K level or even the 91 level, which is like right around here, 91, 88, right? That unfortunately, fortunately for the crypto market, it's unfortunately for my position, I didn't get the second short. I got stopped out like right up here. And then we confirmed above the line, right? And then we closed a daily candle again above that line and closed a daily candle above the close of that breakout candle. So now we have broken out. What we're looking for is a retest of this to then boom, go to the upside, right? And make sure you're boom, banging on that notification bell if you enjoy this analysis and you appreciate it, right? So I'm looking for a short-term pullback here. This is getting a little toppy, right? It's getting a little toppy. We've got like this weird kind of megaphone pattern right here that it could go up. Absolutely. It could hit us up to, about $104,000. The price target on this is not awesome. Whereas with this one, right, this price target was massive. If you looked at this, this bull flag, where was it at? This one right here, this was a heck of a bull flag. It was right here. Look at the price target on this one. I mean, this one is a massive price target. So what you want to see whenever you break out of this bull flag, you want to come back and retest it, okay? And we broke out of this bull flag, or this kind of like bull pennant looking thing. I didn't really like this pennant that much, but I did say, look, hey, let's assume that it's going to probably go somewhere up here in the 110 range. What you want to see is whenever you break out of this and you break above this like long-term trend line. We're talking about this is close to a decades-long trend line. This dates back to 2017, right? Once you break above that, you want to see kind of like a retest of it, which is what I'm seeing here. This could potentially be that retest. And look where it would take us if we actually broke this channel. Say, 10 hours from now or so, we break this channel. Guess where it's going to take us? Right back to test this trend line. Boom, skyrocket. Let's get up to that $100,000, $110,000 level. Now, this $100,000 level, there's going to be a lot of sell orders here, okay? And I'm not saying because people are paying attention to the markets. I'm saying because people aren't paying attention to the markets. And a lot of people, they set those sell orders right in that 100K range, not even a little shy, maybe a little over, within 1%, right? 99,000 to 100 and $1,000 is where a lot of sell orders and liquidity is going to be for people to exit their positions. That's why you kind of see this rejection right here. It was about like 99.5, and then we went all the way back down to like 97.3, right? 2K shed really fast, right? And now we have bounced. And if you were watching my video the other day, I kind of like hinted at this, that we were going to retest this channel. What channel was I talking about? Boom. Let me get this megaphone pattern off here and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We literally tested it to the dime, like to the dime, and bounced off the 50 moving average. Like, this is textbook stuff. I literally took a long right here, and I actually did it live. I took a long right here, and then I sold right up here at like a 98.5 or something like that. Whenever I started to see this, I wasn't nimble enough to get this long because that was like after the markets had opened, and I was trying to get in my gold and silver trades and average to my Palantir trades and stuff like that on my stock options and things of that sort. But I wish I would have been able to ride this one up. But my point is that we do have like kind of a line in the sand here as well with this kind of like megaphone pattern, that if we can bust this to the upside, I mean, it could be a really good move for us. Like, say that we bust from here. I mean, it could take us to, about $104,000. That's a pretty good, darn good day at the office. But again, if we break down outside of this channel, it's not bad news, because guess what we're doing? We're breaking right back down into this channel. We're probably going to come back and test right around here to the 94.5 up to about the 95.5 range. And then it's all good from there. Like, it's blast off season. The one thing that you don't want to see is a daily close below this, right? And secondarily, you don't want to see, because that can be a fake out as well, where people are like, oh, shoot, like everything's going down, right? That's why I think we saw this little sell-off here, because there's a lot of people taking profits at the 100K level. Let's just be real. It's psychological level. It's going to be really hard to get through. We need some juice. And we're ending the juice period, which is like the week, like the trading week. Saturdays and Sundays historically are just not great times for volume in terms of crypto, right? So I would almost think like capitulation until we get over here. And then there's a line in the sand right here on about Sunday night. It'll be Sunday night, Monday morning. It'll be like 99.3 range. You'll have to either go here or you'll have to go up, right? And break out of this pattern. So just be nimble, understand where these kind of like key levels are, because they are applicable. And if we get above that level, right, and we bounce off of it, like majority of where we're probably going to go majority of the time is we're going to go to that upward target, at least this upward target, to about 104K. We might pull back and retest the 100K level, right, as a support. And then if we do that, it's off to the races to 110, right? So watch for those bounces, because that stuff, it could be incredibly fruitful, just in my opinion. But again, I want to iterate the word of caution, right? I'm not saying like short Bitcoin. I'm not saying long Bitcoin. I'm not saying do anything at this point, right? I'm saying keep a watch out for these levels, because if you go back into this range, right, and you close a daily candle, say under this, because we did confirm outside of this range with this candle, there's a very high likelihood that we're going to come back and retest this, or at very least retest this channel and try to blast up. Now, if we retest that and we fall through and we come down here and we don't catch at this point, this is our likely catch point. This is a more likely catch point for sure. Right here is a more likely catch point, but it's a micro trend comparatively to this macro trend that's dated back years, right? So this is like our real catch point line in the sand, where it's like, if we bounce off of this, dude, 130, then we got 110 first, which is the measurement on this, bull pennant, bull flag, bull upward sloping channel, whatever it is that we broke out of. Secondarily, we've got a 120 target on the, give me 1 second. Let me pull this bad boy up, because everyone's going to love this right here. This is, oh man, this one's a really good level for people to see. Okay. So the next level after that is literally 120, which is the 1.618 Fibonacci. Okay. And I want to scroll back and show you where that Fibonacci comes from, because it comes from like a serious historical perspective. This was back in the 2017 bull run. It was the top, right? This is the bottom of that bull run. So this is what's called a Fibonacci retracement, where you take the low after a previous bull run and you pull it to the high of the next bull run, right? Then you pull it to the low after that bull run, and it kind of gives you your levels that you can come to. First is the 1.618 fib, which is right here at 120, 121, call it. Then you've got 2.618, which is $186,000. Then you have the 3.618 and the 4.236, which is like a full extension. You've got that at 251, okay, which is the 3. And then you've got the 4 at 291. That's a full extension. Now, really quickly, I want to show you how this played out previously and show you where we went from the, like, I guess, kind of like micro perspective to see where we could be topping out on this one, right? If you pull this from the low, all right, of where we started off in bull run or something like that, 2013, 2014, and you pull it from the low of that to the high of that 2017 bull run, right, which is right here, and then you pull it to the low after that 2017 bull run, guess where it takes you? Right over here. And I'm going to take this off of here so that you can see a little bit better. Give me 1 second. Okay. You can see we went like 75% of the way up to the 3.618. Now, where did we kind of like top out at first? The 1.618, which that would be 120 for us right now. Then we had a brief little pullback back to the 50 moving average, and we moved up to the 2.618, got rejected, rode the 50 up, breached it, right? Came nice pullback back down to the 1.618, used it as support, came back up, tested it as resistance, bounced off the 100 moving average, only about halfway through that channel. And this is the good indication that this up here is going to break. If you can't come back all the way down here and retest, and you get a catch point right here midway through this channel, that's a good indication that you're going to breach this. We breached this and went like 80%, 75, 80% of the way up to the 3.618 fib. Now, I know I just threw a bunch of numbers at you, but I want to show you like why this matters, because that was when crypto had zero adoption in terms of big institutions coming in. So let's couple that with what we already know and what we have right now. Let's zoom in here. Where did we first stop? We stopped right shy of the 1.0 level, which is right here, which is like the very first extension level that says, hey, this is where you're going to go first, right? We stopped just short of that right here. Then we blasted through. If we come up to this 1.618, there's a chance that we come right back down here to the 100K level, and then, which is halfway, literally halfway through this 1.618, and we blast up through here. Now, the one other thing that you want to keep in mind is that you do have the cup and handle pattern that was right here. Whoops, I need to do the whole thing on this. We do have the cup and handle pattern that has been confirmed as broken out, right? We have not back tested it, so don't, there's nothing we can do about that. But it does give us about a $130,000 target, about 128, which is really bullish news. So once we hit that 120, we pull back to 110, or not 110, but like maybe the 100 to 110 range, right? Potentially. And if we hold that $100,000 range, it's all signs go to 130. My bias is we probably blast through that 130, or we get a catch point there. We pull back a little bit right here to the 1.618 fib. We continue up to that 2.618, right? This is when altcoin season really starts, okay? Because you've got some big money flowing into the markets. It gets into the news and the media, and everybody's like, oh, well, Bitcoin's already $250,000 or $150,000. I'm going to buy some altcoins, bing, bang, boom, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are taking profits from Bitcoin positions up here, and they're moving them into altcoins to get 2, 3, 4, 5Xs, things of that sort. And then bam, you come right up here, you retest, right? Come back down to this 130 level, you blast through. This is about the 80% point on that. It's about 235, right? This is from the previous bull run, how we did, right? Here's my bias. This could be what is called a super cycle in Bitcoin, where we actually blast up to this $250,000 level. And if we only come back down here to about 220 and we find a catch point, dude, we're probably going to 290. Okay. This could be a super cycle. And if you don't know what that is, seriously, Google it. Go check it out, because I promise you, that super cycle, what I'm talking about, that stuff is serious. It is super, super serious, because whenever we're talking in terms of super cycles, our bull runs are historically like 6 to 12 months, but super cycles are super nasty. Super nasty. I mean, this is something that could last, a year, year and a half, 2 years. That's how long super cycles normally last. Look at gold right now. Actually, let me just show you gold right now. Gold is in a super cycle right now. Okay. That's the spoiler alert on gold. Gold is in a super cycle right now. If you want to check it out, and look what gold has done this year. I mean, gold's at 2710. It's about to breach level right here, where there was like kind of like a swing high that was trying to, we got a catch point right here. We tried to reverse back up and go back up here, right into this realm, but it got a catch point right here, which if you look over here, there was a little catch point right here too. And then we legged down and then we blasted through it. So we're trying to get through this on gold. Here's my point. Gold is in a super cycle right now. And if you don't believe me, go Google it. Go Google gold super cycle. I think I've already covered this previously. I know I covered it in Verified Invest. We go back and we look at since about I guess like Q4 of 2023, gold has been just absolutely smashing, right? So you can even check right here. We're literally, this is Q4 right at the start. Okay. Look at how much gold has gone up since then, right? This is where we're at on gold. And let's just say this was the all-time high. Look how long this has lasted. 723 friggin' days. This is what super cycles do. This is what super cycles look like. Gold's up 75%. If gold does that in a super cycle, imagine 50, right? It's crazy. So my point is that if we look at that same type of like super cycle and we zoom it out and say, that super cycle, let's just be very conservative. And let's say that super cycle doesn't last like 700 friggin' days, right? 2 straight years like it did on gold, right? We started our cycle kind of like right here. And this is seriously exciting stuff for the Wolfer Finance portfolio as well as just anybody that's investing, just period. I'm going to pull all this stuff off so that we can just clean up the chart a little bit. But bam. All right, so let's say that this super cycle lasts in Bitcoin, a year and a half. I don't know. We're already sitting at like this being like the very like start of the cycle. The start of the cycle probably started right around, I'd say here, which is where these prior catch points. So let's call it that. Okay. This is where our cycle really friggin' started. Once we kind of got through that like 35, 40K range, it's been about 396 days. There could be an entire years more worth of data that we're going to see. So my point in saying that is that this retracement could be very applicable all the way up to the $250,000 to $290,000 range. And if Bitcoin's doing that, dude, I mean, we kind of did the analysis last week on where Avalanche, on where Flux, on FTM, on where ETH could go if we hit that same type of like trajectory. And let me see if I actually have that up on the ETH chart. I might still have that data. Yeah, right here. No, I don't have it. Yeah, it's right here. All right. So if we hit that same type of trajectory on ETH, this is the same type of fib extension, right? You're looking at an $8,600 ETH just at the 1.618. Now, we know we've got a bunch of levels that we've got to get through to get there because we're sitting right here under the golden pocket. Golden pocket's about 3,800. We blast through that. We're going to the all-time high, which is about 4,800 bucks. But look at this. I mean, if you even just get to the 2.618 or even halfway through it, you're talking a 10K plus ETH, right? And you're looking at the same type of deal on like the avalanches and the, fluxes and the, FTMs of the world. Let's see if I've got my retracement. I don't think my retracement is on this one. I think I had to go to a different chart or something like that. But in any case, we know that literally if Bitcoin's going to be doing 4Xs, like altcoins are going to be doing a lot more than that. That's kind of my point. So just bear with me while we're, building towards that, because we're looking towards this $250,000 Bitcoin range. And honestly, with the amount of money that could be flowing into the markets, let's be real, because it's not just retail this time. Like last bull cycle, it was literally just retail. And it wasn't anything crazy, right? It was just us. We were the ones buying, right? But who was actually pumping it besides us? Pretty much friggin' nobody, man. So my point is that with these institutions that are now coming in with MicroStrategy buying $2.6 billion potentially more of Bitcoin, with Schwab trying to enlist spot crypto on their exchange, which is the biggest exchange in the United States, let's be real, and one of the ones that people trade on the most, at least, I know I do. Dude, this could be one of the most historic runs that we've ever seen. Not in terms of X's, okay? Because I know we've 20X'd in the past. I know we've 100X'd in the past in bull runs, and that's because the price was so low, right? Like, I get it. In 2017 or, I think it was 2017, we went from dude, it was like $300 or $500 up to like 20K, right? It was nuts. Then from 2020 to 2022, we went from like a low of like $3,500 up to like 70K. That's a 20X. So is Bitcoin going to 20X where it's worth $2 million a Bitcoin by the end of this bull run? Probably not, but it could get up to, in my opinion, over this next decade, we could see $1 million Bitcoin. And I know that sounds unfathomable, but the reason why I say that is because whenever you see governments coming in and buying reserves of it, they want to see it go up. When you see states coming in and buying up reserves of it, when you see financial advisors and portfolio companies that hold people's portfolios, right, saying, hey, everybody should allocate 1% of their retirement portfolios to Bitcoin, right? Or just cryptocurrency assets as a whole, right? And you're seeing multi-billion dollar, if not trillion-dollar funds that have pension funds and things of that sort inside of them that they're managing for, buying and allocating, say, 1%, 5%, 2% of their holdings to the crypto markets. That's where this gets really friggin' interesting. And that's where we start making some serious money. And that's where wolfers are like doing the salsa, baby. Like everybody's dancing, everybody's having a good time. We're loosing the hips, right? So I'm looking extremely forward to it. I know on some of my videos, I had a bunch of crying Nancy's. They're like, Bitcoin's not going down. And I'm like, dude, no one said Bitcoin was going down and it's over. I actually said the exact opposite, like to the contrary. I'm like, Bitcoin is not over. It is not dead. No one wants it to go up more than me. Here are our catch points, right? We have to hold these certain levels. I kind of showed you the levels here, right? If we do that, dude, 120, 130, 180, 250, 290, that's what we're eyeing, okay? That's what we're eyeing. God forbid if I go, let's do the retracement. Screw it. Let's do it really quick. I'm going to do the retracement. I just, for my own curiosity's sake, I want to do the retracement on what we have right now. Give me 1 second. Boom. I want to do another retracement. So guys, let's just do it all together. Guys and gals, because we love our crypto Pi Day. Okay. So let's measure. It's not going to work very well. This might would friggin', or my computer would help me out a bit. All right, so let's measure it from this low. Let's just do the magnet tool. That'll make it a little bit easier. Where's it at? 15.4. Okay, let's call it 15.4 up to this high. All right, down to this low right here. Come on, man, give it to me. It won't let me do it. There we go. Oh my God. There. All right, let's do the retracement on this and let's see where that puts us. Yeah, same stuff, man. 140, 201, 250, and 295. there you have it. I mean, this is the retracement from just like our period from the low after the 2022 bull run to the previous high of this one to the low of where we kind of like bottomed out right here at about 50K a few months back. That's where that puts us. So I mean, all signs point to go. You know, at the very least, we're eyeing 230, man. We're eyeing 230. This is really good stuff. This is I'm literally in the way. Sorry. Give me 1 second. All right. My bad. Let me just do that high level analysis really quickly. Okay, so from the low to the high to this low right here, we're still looking at the same, right? 143, 201, 260, 295. This one's given us a little bit more to here. And that wouldn't probably do very much justice for us because it wouldn't really matter because we're measuring from a high to a low to a high instead of from a low to a high to a low, which is what we need to measure in order to see where we could be going up, right? So with all that being said, man, we're looking really good for, in my opinion, $230,000, $250,000 Bitcoin. Now, how long does this take? Okay, that's the one other key thing that I want to iterate to people. This could take, anywhere from 6 months to a year from now. So, this could be until the end of the year next year when we're seeing a $250,000, $280,000 Bitcoin, or we're seeing a $230,000 Bitcoin. Could this go much faster? Absolutely. It definitely could. But we're going to leg up and we're going to leg down. So just understand that and allocate your positions and your portfolios properly in order to facilitate that, right? That's all it really comes down to. And with all that being said, hopefully that gives everybody, like some high level analysis and, some, bullish sentiment for the future, man, because as long as we hold this level right here at about 94.5, we're looking good, baby. I'm actually feeling really good about it. I think the Wolfer Finance portfolio is going to absolutely kill it. And with that being said, I'm going to sign off of here. I hope everybody has a beautiful weekend with their beautiful families. Get some good #Friday Pie Day. I apologize that I didn't have the stream up until like 40 minutes before the stream. It's been an extremely busy day. Unfortunately, I've been trying to keep people in the know about what's going on in the markets, things of that sort, and obviously, take care of other things. So with that being said, I will see you in the next stream. I appreciate you for showing up to this one. Make sure you go over to the Drew_Wolfer YouTube channel and subscribe to that, because that, I promise you, there will be a day where I will not be posting on this channel anymore. I'm trying to get the word out and tell everybody, like, yo, go over here. But, few hundred people have, couple hundred people have. That channel is getting views. One of my videos just got over 1,000 views. One of my other videos got, over 500 views and stuff like that. And it's a channel that has like it has zero history and like basically very few followers, right? Maybe like less than 200 followers. So with that being said, make sure you go over there and subscribe to that channel, and I will see you in the next stream. Everybody have a good weekend. Peace.